Here already we have seen how the sound is created and how it will travel. Propagation means how it will travel it further. Okay, that we have seen, and how the oscillations are done it now. Now we are going to see if that vibrations are made in a vacuum jar, can we hear it? Now here the in this activity it is given that airtight jar it is there, and in that jar the electric bell is there. So what the electric bell will do, it will produce the sound, and that sound we are going to see whether we are able to hear it or not. For that this activity the vacuum pump it is given here. What work it will do, it will take out the air from, nothing is there but air is in this jar. The air will be taken out of the jar. When the air is taking out, okay, as there is less and less pressure density it will be there, okay, as we are going to remove it. So we can observe that the sound will be fainter and fainter, and when it will be removed completely there will not be sound, means the sound will be there but we will not be able to hear it. Whatever the sound is created it will get fainter and fainter, and when it will be completely removed we will be not able to hear it. What it shows? It shows that for the propagation of the sound the material medium is required, because already we have said that it will propagate. Propagate means it will travel through the medium when the particles will get vibrate. One particle will give the energy to the next particle, next will give the energy to its next and next like that. Okay, when the energy will get transferred then the wave will get propagate. As there is no particle in the vacuum chamber, okay, so sound waves will not be propagating, it will not travel it further, and hence we will be not able to hear the sound. It means that sound waves are the mechanical waves which needs the material medium to propagate, to travel. For its propagation the medium is required. It can be air, it can be what, liquid, any liquid, water, it can be any solid, okay, it can travel through solid, that you must have seen. Now here, as already we have seen, due to the vibrations, how the alternate compressions, rarefactions, compression, rarefactions, compressions are created. Okay, now here we are going to plot it. Okay. How we are going to plot it? We are going to represent it in the form of a graph. This is the pressure density. Okay, it means it is the mean value of the pressure density, it is the maximum value, down it is the lower value of the pressure density. Okay, and this is the distance as it is traveling. We are going to see how there is the changes in pressure density. Now here we can see compression are the region where the pressure density are maximum. So here it is the point of the compression, and here it is the point of the rarefaction. Okay, so now we are going to see it from compression, it is going to the rarefaction, from again rarefaction it is going to the compression, again from compression it is going to rarefaction, again it is going to compression, means maximum density, and again. So if you are going to plot it, that is distance, how the pressure density varies as the distance passes. So this will be the type of the wave we are going to get, and you must have already studied in 7th or 8th standard, that is sound waves are nothing but the these are the waves. Okay, as these are the waves, now this is the peak of the maximum density and it is called as the crest, whereas it is the lowest density point that is called as the trough. So alternately crest and trough, that we will get, alternately crest and trough we will get. Now here, from its mean position to the highest position, and again to the lower position and to its mean position, so here to here it has to complete whatever the distance, that is called as a lambda, which is known as a wavelength. Okay, this is the wavelength. Now, what is the maximum disturbance from its mean position? This line represents the mean position. From its mean position, what is the maximum disturbance? Okay, that is called as the amplitude. Okay, here you can see this is the amplitude, which is represented by capital A. Wavelength is represented by the Greek letter lambda. Okay, now we can see here, this is another lambda. Lambda you can take it from mean position to maximum, minimum to again to mean position, or you can take it from one crest trough to again the another crest, completing the another crest. This is also nothing but the wavelength. Okay, so wavelength you can take it from mean to higher, and then higher to lower to again mean. That will be one wavelength, or you can take it from higher position to the lower and again going to, it means it should complete a one cycle, and this is known as the one vibration, one cycle, one compression, one rarefaction. That already we have seen, that will be the one cycle. So if you are going to take it, this will be the another cycle. You can take it lambda from one crest to another crest, one trough to another trough. This distance also can be represented as the wavelength lambda. Okay. Now another new you have to study here, that is the frequency. Frequency is the number of oscillations completed in a unit time. Unit time means in 1 second. How many number of oscillations are completed in a 1 second, that will represent its a frequency. For example, in 1 second, if the sound is traveled this much, okay, so now we are going to see how many oscillations is completed. One is completed here, second is completed here, and half is completed here. It means 2.5 oscillations it is completing in 1 second. That is nothing but it's a frequency. Okay, so frequency is what? How many number of the oscillations or the vibrations is completed in 1 second, that will represent the frequency. Now here the one more terminology we can see here, that is the time period. Time period is a time required for completion of one oscillation. एक ऑसिलेशन कंप्लीट करने के लिए जितना टाइम लगता है, दैट पीरियड इज द टाइम पीरियड. ओके, सो कंप्लीटिंग वन ऑसिलेशंस मीन्स दिस मच, और इट कैन बी फ्रॉम वन क्रिस्ट टू अनदर क्रिस्ट, or it can be from one trough to another trough. Okay, that is called as the time period. So we can see here from that, now just now we have seen the frequency, how many oscillations are completed in 1 second. If let us consider that during 1 second this much is the wave has travelled. So we have written the frequency will be 2.5 divided by 1 second, it means 5/2 will be its frequency. But if you are going to see it, the time period, then how much it will be, you can see that it is just the reciprocal of it. Okay, time period is what? Time period is the period which is required for completing the one oscillation. एक wavelength इतना distance complete करने के लिए जितना time लगता है, that is the time period, and hence we can see that number of cycle completed and the time taken, these will be just reciprocal of each other, and hence we can write down frequency. This is the symbol, Greek symbol, that is known as nu. It is pronounced as nu. Okay, so nu, that is frequency, is equal to the reciprocal of the time period. Now we are going to find out what is the relation between the frequency and the wavelength. Okay, frequency and time period relation already we know. We know that speed is equal to what? Speed is equal to distance divided by time. Now how much distance it will cover during one oscillation? We know that lambda is the distance covered in one oscillation. Okay, how much is the time taken? Time taken is, that is the time period for one oscillation. Okay, that is the time period for one oscillation. Now here we can see that is equal to lambda into 1 by t. 1 by t means what? 1 by t is nothing but the frequency nu. So we can write down that is the speed v is equal to lambda into nu. This is the relation which we are going to get in a speed of the wave, that is equal to wavelength multiplied by its frequency, or the wavelength divided by its time period.